Hey there, Virgo Sun, Virgo Moon, Virgo Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. So, lots of things going on. I channeled some information for you, but before I get to that, I would really like to thank you. Thank you so much for your likes, your shares, your comments, for helping me to grow my channel. And in fact, while we're talking about it, can you go ahead and hit that thumbs up button? There's two reasons for this. One of them is, of course, it does help me to grow my channel. But I think more importantly, it helps to connect your energy to mine. It's a good energy exchange. And so when you connect your energy through either commenting or through hitting the thumbs up button, when I am trying to channel and get into your energy, we've had an energy exchange, and it makes it a lot easier for me to tap into what's going on with you. So if you could do that, and you can always, of course, go back if you decide you don't like it, then you could, unlike it or even dislike it. I'm not a fan of that, but you can. All right, so channeled information. Yours was interesting. What I saw was you in a kitchen. There was a table that was, there was food on the table, which was really interesting because there was a fireplace. It was really like this really warm, cheery kitchen, kind of old-fashioned feeling. It had a fireplace in it, and you were shining the copper on the bottom of the pots and pans. And I could hear the crackling of the fire, and I could feel the warmth, and I could hear kids, like happy family noises going on. And so I had to do some looking up of some symbology on that, because there were some things I knew. I knew the kitchen, that's the heart of the home, that's the healing, that's the warmth, that's the nurturing. I knew that. But I looked up fireplace. And it was also about, it was interesting, it was about refining your skills. So the cleaning of the copper so cleaning would be refining, right? It takes skill and effort, and it was, the copper is about communication, and it's a conduit for healing. And so communicating, healing, and nurturing through words. I think it's very helpful that Mercury is going direct. Yay. But there was this sense of nurturing, maybe your family, maybe your inner child. There was a need for healing and nurturing and warmth and loving and care. And these are all super skills, superpowers of Virgo. So I'm not really worried about your ability to do it. I did the numerology this month for all of the signs. And Virgo comes out to be an 8, which is the number of infinite abundance. Well, we all have infinite abundance, and if it shows up with the 8, that is like your ability to manifest in the real world. Whatever you want, what makes you feel abundant, you have the ability to do so. You're an 8. And so one thing I've noticed about the numerology of these is it feels like it's the lesson you're supposed to learn. When you choose to be a Virgo, you have to learn that you have this ability. So heads up, you have this ability, so it's a superpower too. So go ahead and use that. All right, so I laid out the 9-card spread. Your overall energy for this month is courage. That does not suck. So when do we need courage? Well, we don't need courage because things are easy, but it's nice to have it when things are tough. So I think you might have to do a little deep digging, being courageous in order to handle some kind of a situation, to move forward, to heal, to nurture. Okay, so here we go. At the heart of this, we have this lack, this consciousness of lack. So I want to remind you, Virgo, that you have the ability to create abundance, and you are working toward learning this, but in your heart, you're feeling like it's always like this. It's always tough like this. It's always hard like this. It's always never enough. It's whatever. Whatever you are saying, stop saying it. Because right now, the ability to manifest, it can, what you think about, you bring about. And if you are in your heart space focusing on what you don't have instead of what you're trying to create, what you would like to have, the nurturing, the growing, the love, the warmth, whatever it is, the financial abundance. You're going to manifest your worst fears if you continue to focus on what you don't have. Instead, have the courage to change the way you view things. Have the courage to believe in yourself. Have the courage to understand that you co-create with Spirit. You have a lot more power than you think. So in the past, news and information that was coming in was bringing you a sense of optimism. That's good. I don't know how we got to hear from optimism. Okay. We have back and forth. In the arena of transformation. Okay, this makes sense. All right, so in the recent past, you were feeling very optimistic about something. Something happened, and you are struggling with staying on the optimistic path. And you start wobbling back and forth, and you revert, which doesn't really surprise me. We're coming out of Scorpio. Scorpio makes us do that deep dive into all the things we don't really want to think about. Stirs things up, but it stirs them up so that we can take them out. We can review them. We can release them. So, letting go. Letting go. We had that full moon in Taurus. And then we have, by the end of this week, we're at the surrender, the release, and the peace part of the cycle of this moon. And so, the new moon, the Scorpio season moon. And so, allowing that to happen, releasing and letting it go. And we're moving into Sagittarius, right? And so Sagittarius, it's November 22nd through December 20th. It's Jupiter rules it, and that's an opportunity for expansion. And so if you can release your consciousness of lack and allow yourself to plant seeds of intention with that new moon in Sagittarius that happens next Tuesday for your manifestation abilities, knowing that I have the ability to manifest more than enough of whatever it is I want, of love, of opportunities, financial situation, whatever it is. Oh, look at this. In the future, you have the abundance of love. You are thinking about, this is in the abundance, and we have the loving man. This is yang energy. It could be a man. It could be your ability to give an abundance of love. You're thinking about this. I think you need to be giving this as self-love to yourself. Having the courage to believe in yourself. In the recent past, you've been fragmented. Fragmented energy means this is that back and forth energy, right? This is I'm optimistic, I'm moving forward. Wait, this is squirrel. I'm going a lot. Wait, I'm distracted. And it's like you're being pulled in so many different directions that it's got you going back and forth on your ability to remain optimistic, which is dragging you back into this consciousness of lack. And so trying to narrow your focus and trying to just laser focus on the next steps might be very beneficial. Oh, look at this. In the heart space we have happy and successful. The future looks so bright here. Releasing what's not working. Letting it go this week in particular so that you can have the opportunity of this whole Sagittarius season to really focus on the expansion, on the manifesting of the abundance. So you've been struggling with feeling gratitude. Okay, so honestly, the thing about gratitude is this. When we look around and we recognize the things in our life that we have to be grateful for, and we're truly grateful for it, we start to feel happier immediately. Like, I'm so happy I have this in my life. I'm really grateful that I have that. And instead of focusing on what you don't have, you start focusing on what you do have. You begin to feel abundant. And that attracts in more abundance because your vibrational energy is rising. And so it attracts in the higher vibrational energies of opportunities, of love, of abundance, attraction. Energies will meet equal energy. And so allowing yourself to dwell on the negative is, you're down here and all the good stuff's up here. But the gratitude brings you up and puts you on the same playing field, the same level of all the abundance. And Virgo, you're here to learn abundance. And Scorpio and Mercury in retrograde in Scorpio, man, that has just been stirring things up. And it's like digging through the last hard karmic lessons, because we're coming to this great big event and opportunities with eclipse season coming up end of this month. Well, in Capricorn season. Practice gratitude. When you're like, oh man, I don't have, then stop yourself and say, delete. I am grateful for, and then immediately counteract it with some positive energy and focus on the good, right? Focusing on the good, family, friends, and guides. Focusing on where the things in your life are good. Your higher self, your family, your friends. Helping you to rise above and lift yourself up, so that you can let go of what's holding you back from that door of opportunity. Having the courage to let go of a consciousness of lack. Having the courage to let this stuff go, so that you can have this loving, happy, successful sense of abundance. Gratitude's really important. Showed up, I think, for Leo too. You've got time. You've got time. If you're feeling like opportunity passed you by, it has not. Ever wonder what would make life's fleeting pain and sorrow totally unquestionably worth it? How about living forever wildly in love and loving wildly? You have so much to look forward to. This is just a blink of time. So dwelling in what's negative is it's holding you back. The dogs of the past, let them go. There's a deeper reason for each of your questions. Seek it. Guidance, attention, help, maybe. Love, always. Criticism, never. The question was, what to give others, if anything at all? What do you give others? You give them guidance, attention, help, maybe, as long as it doesn't exceed your boundaries and tap you. You always pour love onto the situation, and you don't criticize. Having fun, living this life, right? And then this, seeing me in their eyes. Whenever conferring with another, either face-to-face or across the miles, whether a human being, departed spirit, or a sentient tree, always speak to them with the highest within them. It makes such a difference. I'm laughing because it says at the bottom, and I had to read it twice. It says, yeah, as if some trees weren't sentient. I'm glad you caught that. So, yes. Trees are living. They are such a great conduit of the loving, energizing, cleansing energy of Mother Gaia. Sit with your back against a tree. Put your palms on the tree. Wrap your arms around and hug the tree, although the older the tree, the harder it is to do that, and the more energy you'll feel flowing through it, but allow it to cleanse your energy. Get out in nature. I say that like it's not cold around here and I don't want to go out. I'm going to try to make myself go this week. Alright. See what we can get for information for the heart space. We have mending. Your heart is mending. This fragmented energy, this lack of consciousness of lack, this feeling like I don't have enough, like everything is all, it's healing, happy, and success is coming to you. Allow your heart to mend. Allow, grieving has its time and its place, but at some point you got to let go of what wasn't working so you can move forward. Be grateful for the future that's ahead of you and for the lessons that were learned in the past. And just start finding the joy in the now moment. Sometimes it's hard to look forward. Sometimes it's really like, and honestly, it's kind of a waste of time. You can't really see that far. But looking back and being miserable about what you see is really not helping. So try to find the joy in where you are. Aspire to higher knowledge and wisdom. The things that you've gone through, the lessons you've learned, the experience you have, that becomes wisdom, and you have growth. Act from innate wisdom. So allow these experiences to teach you, and then act on it. Let go of what isn't working. Allow yourself to heal. Allow yourself to mend. Nurture yourself. Love yourself. Communicate with kindness to yourself. We had communication and healing energies with that fireplace and those pots and those pans. And so, is this your inner child that needs to be loved? Maybe. Maybe. So let's get into the energy for this week. A couple of interesting things happening. We've got Mars moving into Scorpio. That's going to be that old get her done energy after being sluggish and slow like we have been with Mercury in retrograde, and Mercury finally goes direct on Wednesday, but Tuesday and Monday it's kind of stationary because you got to slow something all the way down in order to get it to move forward. I'm actually going to leave the courage card up. You don't want to slam it, you don't want to go from reverse into drive because you're going to drop the transmission, right? And so it has to slow down. It's going to be kind of sluggish, but Mars is going to be there in Scorpio going, no, let's go. And so that'll be very helpful because I don't know about you guys, but I've been like, I can't even move sometimes. This has been a rough retrograde for me. As far as energy level, everything else went pretty well. So for that, I am super grateful. I didn't experience any of the usual problems with it. It was just a real energy situation for me. We also have the moon in Leo at a square with Mercury in Scorpio, and the moon in Leo at a square with the sun in Scorpio. And so square energy is when it's that hard right turn kind of energy. It's that square, like this point right here, like making that transition around. But when you have the sun and the moon, like both shining light in the same direction, something is going to be revealed, but it's going to cause tension. And there's this tense energy around it, and the communication around this situation is tense. This point right here, super tense energy coming at it. Hyper-focused, tense energy. That's what you have to look forward to on Monday and Tuesday. You're welcome. Right? Yay. So, and people are going to be like, well, okay, I know what you did in the past, but what are you doing right now? And it's been really hard because we've got this Mercury retrograde making everything sluggish. And so your reputation is kind of it's going to require you to kind of step up and say, yeah, I'm going to get something done today. You're going to have to make some kind of Herculean effort in the right direction because it's going to be kind of tense. All right, so your overall energy for the week is tough. It's tough. This courage here, is to let yourself out of your own prison. You're in a prison of the making of your thoughts. It's not reality. That consciousness of lack, that is Eight of Swords energy right there. And it's going to take courage to allow yourself to move forward, to make the right steps. And then you have the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is all about having the innate wisdom, which, remember we talked about with the giraffe and with the goat, the innate wisdom to know what to do, to make those decisions, to unlock the cage and let yourself out. But you're not actually stuck there. You're stuck in a prison of your thoughts, not in the prison of anybody else's making. And so while everything feels really slowed down and sluggish because Mercury's been creating this energy, you're going to have to kick yourself in the butt and get out of it. You can do it. All right. Let's get a little guidance on that. So, talking about the wisdom here again and the gratitude. And I didn't even think to they came up so much previously. This is really a big important part of all this, is finding the things to be grateful for and pushing yourself forward and using the lessons of the past to guide you, to become wisdom, to move you forward. Wow, the Alpha Dragon just keeps showing up for everybody. Harness the divine masculine power of creation. This is that Mars and Scorpio energy. Honestly, I wish I would have thought of that like 4 signs ago. Okay, destroy the old, visualize new dreams, help to manifest a new world. That is Scorpio energy. It's the death and the rebirth, but it's Mars and Scorpio energy. It's like, get it done. Move things forward. Let's go. And you have the Black Dragon. Cocoons you so that your divine potential grows. Meditate, reflect, undergo a metamorphosis. It is okay to be safe and protected as you're moving forward. So keeping some, like the seedling of the new idea. It's going to take courage to move forward, but there's something that you're moving towards, so protect it and guard it. And you have transmutes through the power of divine love. Remember that, pour that love all over it. Purity of heart brings peace, hope, and joy, love, and enlightenment. The Lilac Dragon. Love yourself through this transitional phase. If you can think of this not as a prison, but instead as a cocoon, that you have been in there and you have been breaking things down and you have been reassembling, and now you're going to transform into a beautiful butterfly, then open up the window and fly away, because you can. It just takes courage. It takes courage to accept that what was before is not what it is now. There's no point in looking back. It takes courage to take that step forward. So, I don't know how to tell you this, but we've had gratitude show up so many times, and once again, the gratitude list. So when you get to Wednesday, when, thank goodness, Mercury is direct and things are moving forward, and now the moon moved in at around 9 p.m. on Tuesday, Eastern Standard Time, into Virgo, there is this need to kind of look at your finances and reassess and maybe reallocate stuff. And one of the things that you should be reallocating is to pay yourself first, but also while you're doing this, looking for the parts where things aren't so bad as you thought they were. Look for where you can be grateful, the things that you're doing that's working. Another place, just in the moment. Okay, so while you're doing your bills, be grateful that you can pay them. You know, that you can pay yourself first. And paying yourself first means you don't give yourself money after you paid the bills. You give yourself money and then you pay your bills. Well, realistically speaking, you may have to pay your bills first, right? But the discretionary funds, before you go spending on whatever, make sure you set some money aside in savings. This is never what I've gotten from that card before, but that's what I just heard. So And there's going to be this resistance to change, right? There's always this resistance to let go, to make the change, to move things forward. But you need to push through. You need to make a change at this point. And Thursday, there's a big chance, a big opportunity with the way things are lined up to be really productive that day. So take advantage of that, you know. And then when the moon moves into Libra at 11:20 p.m., you know, the energy is going to shift, because then right hot on the heels of that, at 9:59 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the sun moves into Sagittarius. And so now we're in that expansive energy of Jupiter. So push through, and then be willing to find the balance by surrendering, by releasing the need to control everything. What doesn't work? Surrendering to the divine and understanding the divine has got you, and releasing your consciousness of lack. Asking St. Michael or Metatron to come in and cut the cords to that commitment, that vow of poverty, whatever it is that makes you think that you don't deserve. You do deserve the abundance of the universe, because you are a divine spark of God having a human experience. You're just here to learn and grow. You aren't your experiences. You're just having them. What you are is a divine spark of God. Saturday and Sunday are really good days for wrapping up and finishing up projects. You know, that energy, that fresh influx of energy of Mercury's finally direct, and Scorpio is, you know, the moon is in Scorpio, but Mercury is direct. Oh, the sun is in Sagittarius, and so it's starting to move things forward. So wrapping up those projects, you know, finishing up the things that were going on. It's a good opportunity to do it. And we have surprise. Look for the unexpected today. So, Friday, Saturday. Woo! Look out. Look forward to it with anticipation. Be aware. Pay attention. Look for synchronicities. Look for the gifts. Look for the fun. Surprise does not sound bad. Not when it's coming with a unicorn. When the unicorn says surprise, I think that's a good thing. So look forward to that. But I will tell you, though, on Sunday, there is a possibility that you're going to feel like you're in a situation where everything feels a little out of control. And you're going to want to, like, not let anybody know, well, you aren't getting to me. I got this under control. Okay? But if you're going to do that, that's fine. But find the peace by seeking to find a creative solution to the problem. Okay, so you don't want to have this major overreaction. You want to have a creative response to a situation. But you are being protected through this. You and your loved ones and your possessions are safe and protected by heaven. And that's that nurturing, warm environment of that kitchen and that fireplace and that healing energy. So, is everything rainbows and unicorns? No, but some things are. So look for them. Look for the unicorns and the rainbows. Allow your heart to melt. And know that you're being protected, guided, and gratitude. Super important. All right, I'm going to get you a gemstone, or however many we get tossed here by Spirit, for the month. And they come with affirmations. So using positive affirmations, you can write your own. Of course you can, and I highly recommend that you do so. But they should be listed as I am, I have, not I want or I will or I desire, but I am and I have, like it's in the present, because you can create the present. So you have green tourmaline, which is abundance and prosperity are mine in infinite supply. I am grateful for the blessings in my life. I can't believe that you got this one. That's all we've been talking about. That is all we've been talking about. I'm going to say that again. Abundance and prosperity are in infinite supply, and I am grateful for the blessings in my life. This is how you combat with optimism and creative manifestation of what you need to overcome the consciousness of lack. Abundance and prosperity are mine in infinite supply, and I am grateful for the blessings in my life. And you have Chrysicola, which is my body and mind are in balance. I am healthy. Okay, Virgo, you rule the 6th house of balance, work-life balance, and of health and routines. And so this is a great card for you. My body and mind are in balance, and I am healthy. Abundance and prosperity are in infinite supply. I am grateful for the blessings of my life. I am grateful for you. You have a great week, a great month. We'll talk soon. You take care.